helicopter came from.
Just tell me where you're from, where you are, what you're doing out here.
It's with the symbol. 3 circles.
If you see someone wearing this jacket, you should be afraid. We are a force who are not living for ourselves or for now.
They are bad people.
We are the last hope.
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh. And today, ladies and gentlemen, Jarrell and I will reveal that we have discovered the birth of CRM.
Oh, yes. We were talking about this last week, and some amazing things came up after our video, kind of discussing about, CRM and Rick and how they could possibly be lying to him as to why he's not coming back for 6 years, or many other suggestions. You guys have really blown that video up and gave a lot of awesome theories and comments. We truly appreciate that.
And then the birth of this idea came out.
Yes.
So we have not read this anywhere else. I don't think it is anywhere else.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, so this is our idea, okay?
Yes.
And we're running with it.
We're running with it.
All right, so why don't you give them the background? What's the episode?
The episode is Nebraska. What was that? Season 4, right? Season 4, I believe.
Was it?
I think so.
I was sure they were at the farm still.
They were at the farm?
Anyway, it was the episode where Herschel leaves the farm because he had just lost a lot of his people.
Yeah.
And he goes to the bar and he gets drunk at the bar.
Yep.
And Andrew Lincoln. Wow. Rick Grimes.
Sorry, season 2, episode 8.
Yeah,
Nebraska.
I was gonna say because it was fairly early. Anyway, Rick Grimes, Glenn, and who else? I think it was just them.
Just those 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Herschel. Go to recover Herschel.
Yeah.
Now, when they get to this bar, they are encountered by Tony is one of them, and I don't remember the other guy.
I can't remember his name.
Bigger guy.
Yeah, big guy.
Anyway, and they seem pretty cool at first.
Philly guys from the East Coast.
Yep.
You can, once we found out they were from Philly, you can definitely tell from the accent.
Yeah.
And kind of the personality type, city boys.
Yeah, so they started a conversation with Rick Grimes, and like I was saying, they seemed pretty cool at first.
Yep.
But they and Rick Grimes start talking about, the situation around the world, right?
Yeah.
And why Tony and this guy are making their way down, or how they got to where they at from Philly.
Now, first it was D.C. I heard there might be some kind of refugee camp, but the roads are so jammed we never even got close. We decided to get off the highways into the sticks, keep hauling ass. Every group we came across had a new rumor about a way out of this thing.
One guy told us there was a Coast Guard center in the Gulf sending ferries to the islands.
The latest was a rail yard in Montgomery running trains to the middle of the country, Kansas, Nebraska.
Nebraska. Low population, lots of guns.
They're sending trains to the middle of to Kansas, to Nebraska.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what we're thinking is that was the birth of CRM, because we know from World Beyond that CRM is based in Omaha, Nebraska.
You have a location right there.
Yep.
Yeah. So, we're led to believe, yes, there are 3 communities in CRM. There's a Portland, which we believe is in Portland, New York. And then there is the Civic Republic, which could be in the Philadelphia area. So maybe that location didn't rise up yet because of how big the Philadelphia city is and how, the mayhem would have been. Come out to the middle of the country where that one guy mentioned, low population, lots of guns. There's more open area. And what we've seen in World Beyond, they kind of are in a big open area.
Yeah.
So maybe CRM began there first.
Yeah, and then Rick Grimes does the iconic line of, "I heard it's nice out in Nebraska." So it's just that one line, and it's really important that they were sending trains to Nebraska.
And more people were hearing about this idea, and that's how these guys heard of it. So, we're just running with a theory here, but it kind of starts to make sense. And I think that when CRM, I did kind of hear about that, where CRM was coming into play in World Beyond, and people kind of were starting to put 2 and 2 about Nebraska, but I don't know if they really dove into it like we are. They just mentioned the episode Nebraska, maybe not necessarily sending trains that way.
Yeah, because we actually had to go back to that episode and listen to it again, because Jarrell was thinking, there's no exact reference of Nebraska.
That's what
it's just Rick Grimes saying that line I heard Nebraska's nice.
Right.
But no, Tony actually says that that he heard rumors that they are sending trains to Nebraska.
Yeah, I was wrong. I admit that. and I'm glad for it, because now we have this video. So, guys, I mean, we have to assume that CRM, yes, I don't know how long after the apocalypse that they started, but it seems like they probably started immediately.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to base our theory on that this was the birth of CRM, then it almost, like, from what he was saying, the rumors are that they probably started building up immediately.
Yes.
From the apocalypse.
Now, then you guys might ask, okay, well, in this world of The Walking Dead, what really is CRM? Are they a subsection of the military that broke off? Were they already maybe a covert operational type entity within the Walking Dead universe world of the military? It's hard to say,
because we don't know. I mean,
we really don't know. I mean, they're militarized. You know, they have majors, they have lieutenants, they have ranks,
which makes sense because at one point, I'm sure, I don't know, but the military would probably have control of a lot of routes, interstates. We know the interstates are built for the military.
Yes,
but railways as well. And what would you send on a train? Helicopters, tanks,
people.
Yeah, exactly.
Supplies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can see right there that the argument for the birth of CRM kind of holds water at that point.
It does. I really think it does. I'm kind of, we're in this theory thinking that CRM did begin in Nebraska, where World Beyond is based out of, and grew from that point. So yes, World Beyond is 10 years in, which is fine. So you got to think they started here and they grew out. Now, why did they only have 3 total communities? Well, maybe that's all they needed. Maybe with what they're doing, and we have another video coming up, so be prepared for this, of what CRM is possibly trying to do. So maybe they only pick these certain locations because maybe they have the necessary equipment to do these types of experiments.
Well, and you also got to think, like, every city is different, right?
Yeah.
And when you start rebuilding, like
clearing the dead out,
like they have, like, you have to be careful because one false move and your what you've built could be overrun.
Yeah.
Right. So, this wasn't something where maybe CRM was like, "Hey, we've got this community now. Now we're just going to rebuild America right from the start of the apocalypse."
Yeah.
It was. I mean, large populations were animated, zombified at that point.
Right. I mean, if the Civic Republic base is based out of Philadelphia, where we possibly assume that where Rick is, I mean, you got to think they had to clear that out. I mean, our group didn't want to go back to Atlanta because Atlanta was just absolutely overrun.
Yeah.
So you got to clear out Philadelphia a little bit before you can make a base of operations, or on the outskirts of the operations.
Now, logistically, Omaha, Nebraska is only 400,000 strong right now.
Yeah.
But look, we're talking real life.
Yeah.
But also the Union Pacific Railroad, there are several railroads that go through Nebraska.
Right through it. Yeah.
So logistically, it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, in World Beyond, with some of those pictures that we saw, they have a nice community where, you can go up on a rooftop and see for miles. So there you can definitely see hordes coming. You can see regular people trying to take shelter in cars and packs. I mean, you could see them.
You could see enemies coming.
Exactly.
And they were fortified.
It's a good spot. Yeah. So, yes, that is where CRM has begun.
Yeah.
Omaha, Nebraska is the birth of CRM.
Now watch CRM just be a bunch of dicks, man.
Probably.
Like, want to destroy everything.
It could be. Maybe most of them.
We're assuming that CRM is good.
We are. We're assuming this, but from little bits and pieces of information that we've gotten from Fear the Walking Dead and maybe Jadis as well, there's probably sections that aren't.
It's questionable.
Yeah, I think
we don't know if the military Civic Republic part is really like using force on its other communities.
Right.
I mean, maybe there's fighting a civil war between CRM.
Could be.
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, we really don't know. But I think that from what we found, the information that we know of, I do think that The Walking Dead possibly gave a hint from the episode Nebraska, even though maybe they weren't thinking of.
That's what I was saying. Do you think
at that time? No, probably not. Probably
No
not.
way.
No, they weren't thinking that. It's season 2? No way.
I think the birth of CRM. Well, I mean, Andrew Lincoln wasn't on his way out when we first saw the CRM logo. He wasn't. He wasn't on his way out until Chandler Riggs left.
Yeah.
So I mean,
there were rumors that he wanted to leave earlier, but
maybe they started preparing for that and was like, hey, we have to build this thing out here.
Maybe.
And you know, I don't. Yeah. Hey, this may not be linked together at all, but I tell you what, it's a huge coincidence.
It's a very big coincidence, and I do, like I said, I do remember that popping up. Some people talking about the episode in Nebraska, but I think that was just. I don't know if they dived into it like we are right now.
Maybe they have.
Maybe they did. Maybe we missed it. Yeah. It's fine now. Whatever. But
it's still our idea.
Yeah, it's our idea. But let us know what you think, guys. Do you think that the birth of CRM did happen in Omaha, Nebraska, where the World Beyond is based out of, and they grew from there to where they are now, which we're going to be seeing October 4th with the premiere of World Beyond. So let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Help us get to our 10,000 subscribers, and like the video if you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more wild theories from us. I'm Jarrell.
And I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.